No? Okay. All right. I don't know what was going on. Jeepers creepers. All right. All right. It was on. It must have shut off before I got the other mic pad on. So, okay. Sorry about that. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, and happy birthday to the one who's getting his cake decorated. This is week 2 of our watercolor seahorse. Well, that's the name of the pattern. I'm doing it in whatever colors you want to do it in. It's completely up to you. And I think a very nice light background or even a medium background would be lovely for any one of these, just to kind of make the seahorses pop in the color-wise. So I've done a green one behind me. I'm working on a pink and purple one right here. I've laid it all out. It's facing the other direction because you can have 2 facing one and 1 facing another, or whatever you want to do. I mean, the choice is up to you. You don't have to have them going that way, or you can have them all going the same way. Whatever you want. So this is going the other way, so it's going to face it, and we're going to put it together. So we've got it all laid out, and I like the little color placement, and it's huge when you think about it. And then with the seam allowances, it ends up looking like that one behind me. So very cute. Yes, good morning, hello, good afternoon to everybody. Happy Mother's Day weekend. Hopefully you're getting spoiled rotten. It is sunny right now. We're supposed to get a little rain tomorrow, but that's okay. I told Munchkin I wasn't doing anything all day, so here's hoping. Fingers crossed. Oh yes, I did call. Slept in and oh, that's okay. No worries. I felt a little weird at the end when I told you to be good, and I'm like, well, who am I to tell you what to do? You can do whatever you want. I'm like, now you be good now. Sorry, a little quirky. Hi, Rofi, come here. I asked if she wanted to be on camera today. She's like, yes, of course. Hiya. Can you see the little Lofi Rofi? Hey, what you doing? Hey, you happy girl? You happy girl? Up here instead? There we go. Oh, no, up there. There we go. You're such a good puppy wuppy. I got nothing for you, sorry. Just hugs and loves. Just hugs and loves. That's all I got, babe. All right, so let's put this together. And since it's all the way up there, I'm going to work my way from the bottom up this time instead of the top down. So I have done a strip of waves. It looks very, very nice, but we're going to save that for the Friday, the 24th. When we finish this, because Pop and I have plans for the week afterwards, so we're going to change things up for 2 live streams. You're going to get one early one day and one late one day on the X. So it's a Friday and a Sunday. Okay, so, but we'll so that way you don't miss anything. It looks so tidy around LL today. What? It's nothing different. Oh, because I don't have all the fabric out, maybe? Because I've already laid it out, probably. Maybe that's why. I did tweak a few seams on this one that weren't matching up because of your guys' posts on the Mafia group, because they were really bang on and beautiful, and mine, there was 3 or 4 that were really off, so I changed them. So thank you for inspiring me to fix what I could, and it looks much better now. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, thank you, Pat. We don't want anybody to miss anything. We don't want to miss out on you guys either. So I said to Pop, well, since we're going to be gone for that week, can we not maybe just do on the Friday? If we plan now, I can stick it in the schedule. It just means we're doing the QOV and a live stream one day right after the Thursday and the Friday. So very Thursday, Friday, we're busy. You know, one will be putting a QOV together, and the other one will finish putting this project together. So I'm very excited to that. Exactly, Beth. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Diane57. Hello, Cheryl and Valerie Gale and Wendy and Pauline and Hallie and everybody who said something beforehand and it went by way too fast. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. Big hugs and squishes. And yeah, let's put this beautiful pink and purple one together. Okay. See how it goes. All right. I'm going to leave this here just so I'm making sure, because we're doing it the opposite direction now. I don't want to make any boo-boos. And if we do, we got the seam ripper, so I'm not too worried. Not too worried. I had one of my sewing students who's come here for approximately 2 years. She gets them as a, oh yeah, I could sound really slow. That's why I'm like, why is it moving so slow? I forgot. Yeah, we made something for her mom this morning and something for her brother. So she was very happy, and she was all bouncy when she left, and she said, thank you. She's cute. Okay, maybe not that fast. Pop will get mad at me. Severe thunderstorms. Oh, no. That's not good, because some animals don't like that, and I think yours are one of them. At least the big one anyways. Because you got a big one and a little one. Not just Pop getting mad. Did I not trim that one up? Hold on. Feel like I missed this one getting squared up. Because it's a little longer and it still has its little ears. So, hold on. Look, it only 2 seams in and I had to use a seam ripper. This half square triangle is not squared up, and it's gonna throw everything off a little wonky if I don't square it up now. Because even just that little bit, you know, even if it's just a 1/8 or even a 1/16, it's gonna throw things a little wonky. You're gonna get puckers and places you don't want it. Okay, so let's just square this guy up first, and then we'll proceed. I was actually a little disappointed. We had several thumbs down for last weekend's live stream project. And I don't know whether it was just because it was a $10 cost or they just didn't really like seahorses or the way I did them. But that was actually very disappointing to see we had like 4 thumbs down. I'm like, all right. Got something against seahorses, or you got something against, you know, paying $10 for an artist's pattern. So whatever, to each your own. Yeah, even that little bit, see how that little tiny bit, but as you're trying to compensate for a 1/4 inch seam allowance, you're gonna allow for that. You're gonna wanna be able to say, okay, well, I wanna put that right up against there and give a 1/4 inch. Well, that's all the extra stuff that's gonna be on the inside of that block, right? And it may not seem like a lot, but that over time, it's not gonna look good. So I'm glad we took the few moments there to square it up and reset the project. There we go, much better. Better to take the 2 minutes there to fix it than to get frustrated as you're trying to quilt it, knowing you could have trimmed it, right? So that was one obviously that got missed from the rest. I have turned them all up. So even that little bit makes a difference. Aren't they cute, Billy? I love the seahorses too. It's been on a to-do list for probably about a year now. And I was trying to think of a gift for my girlfriend's daughter and her husband and their kids, and you know, they just, I don't know, they've never had anything from me, so I thought would be nice to give them something. So, and I didn't get them a wedding gift, and I didn't get a chance to go to the wedding because it was in BC, and so, oh well, maybe I can make them something nice. So, well, try to make them something nice. That is the goal. I should have a seahorse group. I don't know. Some people might have an aversion to seahorses. You know, and this is the second time I'm using this pattern, so I'm getting my $10 worth. Like, seriously. And this isn't going to be the last time I make this pattern, for sure. It's a fantastic way to bust 2.5-inch squares and half-square triangles. Great way for a starter project, for a new sewer, for matching up seams. You know, even if you just want to help tweak your own skills by getting better, this is a fantastic one to do it on, because it's very precise. You have to be very precise in a few spots, and you don't want to mess that up. Got this going right? Yes, I do. Okay. I just mixed and matched. I could have chose 4 colors. I chose just normally 3 main colors, but I did have to mix in a couple of different, one different pink and one different purple here, just to kind of build out the nose and or 2 different purples actually, nose and the eyes and stuff like that. So, but that was my choice. I chose to incorporate those. Yes, it is, doesn't it? I know. It's very interesting. And they're actually the ones who look after the babies, too. So, and exactly. Happy Mother's Day to all the dads who act as mothers. Because I know my mom acted as a father for me all my life. So she was there for me for everything. And she got the flowers I sent her. My sister was just went there visiting, and I asked, hey, can you check and see if Mom got her flowers? And she did. She got her ostromeriums. So a big bunch. I said Happy Mother's Day, and then her birthday's on like Tuesday, so I gotta step it up for that too. All right, so that is the first 3 bottom rows. Let's do the rows first, and then we'll put the rows together. Happy Mother's Day to all. Exactly. Thanks, Anna. Thank you very much. And Happy Mother's Day to you, too. To everybody. Everybody. Big squishy hugs. Everybody. Feeling the love. Getting bird's nest with the thread, newbie. So here, maybe come a little bit farther. Like, so if you have to seam it, maybe do past the seam a little bit where you're trying to match it up, because I find that a little bit easier to maneuver the fabric to get it to cooperate with you. You have a little bit more extra room to play with. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Vicky. I was just thinking that too, and maybe hold your thread as you first start and go from there. Did I do so? Oh no, it's the bottom. Okay. Every sewing machine is different, so sometimes you have to, like Vicky said, like you have you've got tails. Mine's really short because it does an auto cut, okay? But I'm just going to pull it out here. But if you had your bobbin coming up, like with the tail as well, and then your top as a tail, you may have to hold those as you're first starting your sewing to get things to cooperate with you. Okay, like you have to do this, and then you'd have to put the thread between the foot there to hold it, and then you hold it with your index finger at the back end, both threads, bottom and top, and then just feed it under, and hopefully that helps not do any chew-ups and give you nests back here. Hopefully. Give her a go. You don't know until you give her a try. And that's, I guess, another reason why I like the auto cutters, because you end up pulling, you know, you're giving yourself 2 or 3 inches every time you sew something through. I think that's why the little leaders and enders came into play, because you'd always start something and then you don't want to leave it. You got something else to start on, and you don't want to leave a tail, so you stick something under there in the meantime to hold it as if it was sewing something else, right? So it's like a continuous chain piecing. but it's not part of your project. It's just a filler, and that's it. And end up being like, you know, as Bonnie Hunter says, you know, quilt projects. So. We had a beautiful project here, which you kind of got a glimpse of last Wednesday, and you will see more of it, the full video of it on this Wednesday, as well as the giraffe quilt for Long Arm Wednesday. It was a Bonnie Hunter project, and it was called Jacob Takes a Wife. So that was, and it was a interesting name, but that is the name of the project. It's Jacob Takes a Wife. So, and it's got purple and yellow and white, and it is a stunning project. I can't wait to show you guys. And we did a nice dark purple in the thread stitch out, and I love it. It really suited it. Okay, so what's everybody doing today? Hello, Gary. Happy you're here. You love this pattern? Woohoo! I just finished my seahorse quilt this morning. Made a mistake at the top and bottom border waves are going the same direction. It's unique to me. Haha! I totally hear you. And when I was setting this out, because I did a border already there, Gary, so I can relate to you. But I also noticed that if you really weren't too picky and you didn't mind it being this way, or you got bored with it, you could also choose your background fabric, flip it over, and you got a different sort of wave. You know what I mean? I mean, it could go this way. I'm like, hey, you know what? We could do a lot with this. It still kind of looks like a wave, right? So yeah, that's one way. And then you have to do the other in the other direction. That's why I thought, let's do the one seahorse one way, and then we'll do it the other to try and wrap our brain around it. Oops, I lost one. Multitasking, right? There we go. Let's press a few of these now while I'm standing up here. No, it's a very cute project, and I think for such a you can bust it in so many ideas between layer cakes and jelly rolls and just your own stash. Get a common background. That's why I went and got this. I didn't think I'd have enough in my stash besides white, and I don't want to always use white, right? So I got this little aquamarine or whatever turquoisey color, and thought, and then I had this, you know, fat quarter bundle that you guys know I've had since like last June. And I thought, this would be a perfect project for that. I could do some of it. Didn't mean I had to use all of it on it. But, okay, now let's set these out here. Okay. There. There, and there. Okay, so we got the tail done. All right, let's work our way up. Let's just kind of layer these over just a smidge so I can get them up on the board here without knocking them off. And then we'll do the next row. Okay. Good morning from Dallas Port. Well, I've never even heard of that. Dallas? Right? Dallas Port, Washington? Solids and small prints, exactly. You can choose, and you can even patterns like the little. I got little flowers on here. This one it's called Speckle, and it had just enough texture to it that I thought would make a nice play, as if it looked like something was underwater. You know, so I thought, oh, that'd be fantastic for this. And who knows? With the other fabrics, I just may make more seahorse quilts to match the sibling of the family, and then they got matching seahorse quilts in a way, but just different colors. But you know, I don't see why not. So I know, isn't it beauty? I like it too, Sue. And then the next one's going to be these three colors here. That's a purple blue, and then a blue, and then this light color there. But it's not too light, or at least I thought it wasn't for that. Maybe it is. I did have gray out in case, and we may have to use gray. All right, you guys decide. Should be that one, should be gray, or with the blue, but you have to see the background too. I'll put it in the small camera so you could really see it here, okay? There, see if it's gonna be too matchy-matchy. I don't know, does that make it better? It's really light. It's almost like that little one in the center is the same color as the outside. And I thought maybe it might be too close. That's why I pulled out the gray. Gray? Yeah, you think so, Wendy? That's why I had it out. Yeah, gray? Okay, all right, I'll go with the gray then. Good morning, Vera from Germany. Mama, Papa. You got called Papa. You're so cute. Thank you. Great. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, that's going to look so much better, isn't that? Look at that. That's going to make a beautiful, beautiful one. So that'll be one for next week. That's one we're going to build next week. And at that point in time, we'll decide whether it's going to be going this way or going that way. It does make it too, doesn't it, Elaine? It just kind of makes it pop. Yeah, I agree. It makes it look better there, Deanne. Beautiful. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very nice. Glad we all agree. Anybody have any big plans for the weekend? Pop and Munchkin have kind of asked me a few times this week. Well, more Pop than Munchkin. Of, did I want anything special? Was I wanting something? I have no desire for anything. I didn't ask for anything except, my breakfast being made for me and my lunch and I'll even put the roast on because then it's seasoned right, but the rest is up to everybody else. But I'll put the roast for tomorrow night's dinner on. But that's about it. But that's it. I don't need anything else. I got flowers growing in my garden, so if I want flowers, I'll go pick my own flowers out of my own garden. The hyacinthus are up, and the tulips are popping up, but the daffodils are definitely up, and they look so beautiful. And maybe next weekend we might have some tulips up, and I'll cut some and put them behind me like I did last year. Relaxing. We'll do nice. Honey says he'll do the cooking. That's a good honey. You keep that honey. I know, it looks really good, doesn't it, Robin, with that gray? It does. I really like it. I really like it too. Exactly. I don't need anything else. I'm quite content not to, have to think about what's for breakfast, what's for lunch, and what's for dinner for, one day. Sometimes I don't care. We could have a bowl of soup cold. I don't care. But they don't like to. So they're the picky ones, really, when it comes down to it. Because I had my sewing student here. Pop and Munchkin went into town because Pop had to get a piece of equipment for a server. Anyway, and he's like, "Well, what do you want for lunch?" I'm like, "Well, I'll be happy with anything from Sabby's, which is a Greek little restaurant. They make like gyros, which is like." I'm not sure if you've ever had a gyro or a hero sandwich or something like that, but it's like layered meats and vegetables. It's like a salad and a pita. And I'm like, anything from that to a Happy Meal, I don't care. I just don't want to think about having to make lunch. Just want to enjoy my sewing student and have fun, and then get ready for the live stream. You work on Mother's Day? I'm sorry, Nadine. I hated that. When I worked for the local grocery store or the convenience store, I hated working on holidays or my birthday or whatever, because I'm like, I'd rather just be spending this day at home with my family, or even just at home alone, If it was a weekday and everybody else was busy, I'm like, I don't want to have to work. I just chill out on myself, read a book, watch a movie, pop some popcorn, crawl back into bed, have a nap. Yeah, it isn't there, March. It really threw things off when we lived there, Steph. But I think it was our first year. People were like going around, Happy Mother's Day, and I'm looking at them going, what? I'm like, it's not till May. It's always been in May. What is it with you people? But no, it is in March. It really throws things off, though. All right, so there's that one. Is that right? Oh yeah, it's the bottom part of the fin start. Okay. All right, now look at us making progress. Oh, I hope everybody has a fantastic Mother's Day. He does laundry, cooking, cleaning, and inspires my creativity. He thinks, oh yeah, for sure. Duct tape him to the wall if you have to, Elaine. Don't let him go. My mom's is hers is on the 14th of May, and my sister-in-law, Pop sister, her birthday's today, so on the 11th. So it always either falls before. That's why we usually end up going to Calgary around this time of year, every other year or every 3 years or something like that, to celebrate his sister's birthday, Mother's Day together, and Mother's Day and my mom's birthday, and everybody just, it's one big party for like a week. So and we enjoy it. But this time around, I got to celebrate it with a happy birthday to 50th for my sister Elizabeth. That was at the end of March. So I was, we can't do it twice this year. So and I doubt we'll be going next year. So it'll probably be the year after that we'll get a chance to go back, unless we drive. So, which is a different story. Is Canada's Mother's Day the same? Yeah, it is. It is, Cheryl. Or Sherry. Sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry I messed up your name there. I apologize. Went out for Sunday lunch with your parents and your brother. Very nice, Anne. Very nice. We're spending together in 10 years. She lives in Texas. Oh, very nice, Rose. Oh, that's awesome. I know. That's what I said. Like every 2 to 3 years, I try to go and spend it with my mom. But like I said, this year it went to my sister's birthday instead of going out to see my mom. But I still got to see my mom. I'm just saying it was just early. It was a couple months early instead. So really, when you think about it, it was only like 6 weeks earlier. So. And that's why I said to her, I'm not coming for your birthday. I'm just going to mail you flowers or send you flowers. She's like, okay. Just so you don't think I'm coming for your birthday this year again. I'm sorry. I wish I could afford it, but I can't. It's cheaper to fly to the UK or France or, Portugal or any place like that than it is to fly over to Calgary or, it's insane. It's insane, I tell you. All right, we'll get a couple more. We'll do this row here, and then we'll press a little bit and move the top down a bit so I can reach it. But we're slowly getting this one together. We're slowly getting it together. I live in Texas too, less than an hour drive from Houston. Oh yeah, that's right, Diane 57. When you went to see your mom, it was her mother. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, I did bring her flowers and a quilt because I did bring her quilt. So I said to her, this is your birthday gift. So, but I did send her flowers, and like I said, she got them yesterday. And my sister sent me a photo this morning, and then I'll send her some more flowers for her birthday on Tuesday. So. Currently waiting for your daughter and son-in-law and 2 of the grandbabies, so I will have to split when they get. Oh, that's okay. No worries. Happy Mother's Day, Beth. Enjoy the grandbabies. Enjoy the grandbabies. There we go. It's coming together. Your son lives far away? I'll be happy with the phone call, says Barbara. I hear ya. Eventually it'll come that way with Munchkin. He'll be off puttering around, and I'll be just happy for a phone call. I've never been one for flowers. If I want flowers, I buy them myself when I want them. The boys have learned long ago. There's no point If I want the flowers, I will buy them. I grew up in a flower shop, so there's a lot of times I don't want the flowers. I spent a lot of time with those flowers. Did you get my Polaroid squares? No, I did not, Pauline, but I haven't been to the mailbox this week. I meant to go yesterday, but I forgot. And then I was going to go after my sewing student today, but it went a little late. And then I didn't want to risk, you know, chatting to people, because sometimes you get chatty. And I'm very picky about flowers. I'm not a big fan of roses. My favorites are carnations. I do like the tiger lilies if it's in a pot or like a potted plant like that. I like tiger lilies, or what is it? The dragon lilies. They're like the pink ones, and they smell really fresh and lovely. I like those ones. Those are my favorite, and I'll pick them. When I want them, I'll pick it. So yeah, they know. They know not to waste their time or their money on anything like that. And if I want them, I'll pick it up. You know, and I'm not Pop's mom, so you know it should be all Munchkin, right? So unfortunately, Pop's mom is not here. I sure wish she was. Yeah, the beautiful flowers have been popping out at the front of the house here, just beyond that window there, and it's been beautiful, and the trees are all blooming, and the chickens are all out. My neighbor across the way comes and picks up his kids, actually just kitty corner to us. And he goes, well, last Sunday about 10:30 a.m. I was outside cleaning the windows, and I heard. I said, it wasn't a rooster. I said, it was my chickens probably laying an egg. And he goes, oh, I sure miss that sound. We used to have them, they used to have Easter egg layers, which are the ones that lay the very colorful eggs, like the greens and the blues and stuff. So, and I said, I'll bring you over a dozen of fresh eggs. So I thought maybe I'd scoot that over first thing in the morning and they can have it for their Mother's Day breakfast. And they, like I said, they got a couple of kids that go to the school I cross guard at, and I see them every single day, and they're super cute and super sweet. They just moved in probably about 2 years ago, I guess. So I'm just starting to get to really know them this year. Just spent more time chatting. From your African, no, I have not as yet. But I'm sure he's getting settled, or at least nothing that has popped up in my email. So. Bye, Beth. Is she out of here? See you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. See you soon, baboon. I don't know. Just have fun. That's what life is all about. You got nothing to lose but time. Exactly. And we all got time. All right, just a couple more rows. And then we can start putting the rows together. And then we're gonna really, really try and pin our seams so we get them lined up, looking precise. I want to do the snazzy stuff that you guys were doing in the group. Stepping it up, making it look good. I think it was Lucy who made a comment on one or two of the posts. I'm like, oh yeah, those are perfect seams. Those are absolutely perfect seams. Hello, Jacqueline, what you doing? We are well, how are you? Rare occasion I'm out for a leaving due for a lovely lady at work just watching whilst I get ready. Well, I'm happy we're keeping you company. We're working on a seahorse, seahorse. Number 2, we've done a green one last week, and this week we are doing pink and purple. I chose to mix those 2 colors because I can, and it's my project. I know last week was just light greens and dark greens, but and the next one would be grays and blues and a purple-ish. So I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it my way. 'Cause I can, and I will. I do too, Gwenny. I do too. I think they look kind of nice together. They kind of complement each other and allow color bounce off, you know, when you're looking for a little bit of contrast between lights and darks. I find with pinks and purples, the purple gives the dark and the pink gives the light, and it just adds enough. It adds enough of a visual, I would think. And I chose a kind of a marbly black to do the eyes this time around. You just put a little 1.5 square into a 2.5 inch square, and do the little, like a little dog ear sort of thing. And I just used and that one was a solid, but this one I chose to do it a bit of a marble color. So here's hoping it looks all right. But then make them different. No one says they had to be the same. We all don't have the same eyes. Mine are just plain old brown. Nothing exciting, just plain old brown. Do. Okay, and I pinned the seam where the blacks should be lining up to really help form that black square in between the 4 to give out the shape of the eye. I really wanted to make sure it's kind of lined up as here as much as it possibly can be, and that's pretty good. It's only just a smidge off, but and visually that would be okay. So. What's going on? What's going on? Fabric was already cut for this one. We started. Oh yeah, no, just the one normal time. We've been on for. I can't even tell. Oh, 37 minutes. Yeah. 37 minutes. Yeah, I set it up beforehand just to make sure, because I wasn't sure between my sewing student if I was going to have enough time, so I made sure to set aside a little time yesterday to put the half square triangles together and set out to make sure I had enough squares for the project, and I just wanted to be a little bit ahead of the game so we can make some progress today and still be able to enjoy this beautiful weekend. There we go. Okay, and now the top part here, 2 more rows to put together, and then we'll put rows to complete, and then we'll put those rows together to make the square. Oh, it's beautiful, Vicky. It's beautiful. She did an amazing job. I think those were the seams that were just the best of the best. I'm like, okay, I gotta step it up. Helly's showing me up here now. I gotta do some better piecing on my seams here. Oh, bye, Nadine. Happy Mother's Day. Big hugs to you. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I put a little pin in there, hoping to keep it lined up, because those are 2 black little triangle bits to help forming the eye together there. So I'm trying to do my best. Always give it your best effort. There we go. There's our top little eye and the part of our head there. And then here's our top fin. No, you didn't make me feel bad. You made me go, I need to step it up. Because I looked at mine and went, There's like 3 I could see I could fix. So I fixed them. I'm thankful. I am thankful that you did it that way so I can make me improve a little bit better too. So we are all helping each other, right? We all help each other. I learn from you guys learn from me, we all learn from each other. That's why I love our group and I love our little community that we have here and our encouraging community, and always got something nice to say, because if you don't got something nice to say, then don't say anything at all. So, yeah, so thank you. No, do not apologize. Do not apologize for trying to make me a better sewer. All right. There we go, head done. Let's give that a little press, and then we'll put our rows together. Put our rows together. Put our rows together and build our little seahorse. Okay, let's do a little press. I want to get them out of sequence here, so I'm only going to do a few rows at a time. I'm like, don't mess this up, come on. Love these colors though, I really do. And I'm very much looking forward to next week's and those other colors too, with that pinky blue, or sorry, that purpley blue, and then the blue, and then the gray. And yeah, excellent. I'm so happy you guys helped choose that color, because I was a little confused. I'm like, it kind of looks like the same, but would it work? And I don't know. Okay. I'm just crazy, Deanne. I'm just crazy. All sorts of crazy. Whoop. Get back on there. Slippity-loo. All right, now over here, and over here. Make sure we kind of got everybody in the pool. All right, now we're going to work from the bottom up and stick these rows together, pinning at every seam we can to line this up the best possible. Let's really make it look as if it really was this pink and purple seahorse. And having precise seams is really going to give us that effect. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Have fun. All right, so let's pin this baby up. Okay. And we're just gonna, as Eleanor says, snuggle those seams. Put in as many pins as you need. And get it right in there so they're right next to each other. They're right on top. You can tell that extra fabric is flipped to the one side and the other fabric is over there, and they just fit nice and flat. Okay, and do the best you can. And that's why you trim, that's why you square up. So when it comes to situations like this, they fit nicely together, and you're not trying to stretch it a 1/4 inch to get in there or something like that, right? It's just a little bit of tweaking, and you can change your progress and how things look. But just by taking a little extra moment, or a little extra thought on the process of what you have to do and how to get there. Okay. And pull the pin out just before you're actually sewing in that seam, right? Then that'll help hold things together till, you know, you only got like 2 stitches to go or 1 stitch to go, depending on how accurate you are on stopping, because you don't want to sew over your pins. But you don't want things to shift either. Okay. Okay, now let's take a look at that. Do we do okay? I think that is pretty spiffy niffy. That seems pretty good to me. You guys can see that. I haven't tweaked anything. I think it looks pretty good. They all seem to match up where they need to. So we can progress from there on to the next piece. And then those really seams, there's like 3 crucial ones here. It'd be this one where these 2 are lining up here to continue that purple to the pink, and right here from that light pink to the dark purple. So flip that down, Make sure that seam is, whether you have to, okay, in this case right here, both of them are flipped in the same direction. They're both going this way. Well, I'd prefer to have the purple, that dark purple, over flip to the dark purple side. I know that's going to flip this down here. Okay, well, no, all right, so let's do that way instead. So those two seams are going to go this way, and then that seam is going to go this way. It just helps prevent this seam from trying to twist in the process, okay? Thanks, honey, for getting in there, for focusing in there. I appreciate that. And then this one over here, just same, lining it up, snuggling those seams, one flipping one way, one flipping the other. Nobody's flipping anybody the bird. It's just a seam. And then just pin, and then away you go. And I do like to pin at the ends, because look at it, like it's off. I don't want to sew it that way. So we'll take a little pin, put it, make sure it's nice, following the angle, the corner it needs to be in. So we know it's coming in straight and it's ending straight. So there should be no issues on either side of our progress, right? So does that help? Hopefully that helps. Where is he? He's there somewhere. He was there. I don't, did he disappear? I have company next week. I think I'm joining in. $10 is good for. It is beautiful for this. It's, you can't get many patterns for, like, you know, $20 and under, and want to continuously do it. I'm just saying from experience. Okay, I've done a few. I've done a couple of $5 ones, and I've done up to, you know, $275 kits. So there we go. That looks nice. Look at those. That looks beautiful. Very nice. I wasn't sure. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. You guys can really see that. It's lined up right there. Lined up right there. Tail looks really nice. Okay. Now let's put this one on here again. Right here where the forming out the tail as it's swinging around to the front of the seahorse. And then that top little pointy part where it's the... I don't know, the triangle, I guess. I'm not sure what the end part of the tail is called. But we want to make sure that is lined up with that middle seam. It doesn't need to be in the center. It needs to be lined up right with that seam. Okay, so we're just going to flip. And then we'll toss our seams where they need to be to make sure they're nice and secure and snug. Not going to go anywhere or shift. And it's a very fun and easy project. I think a great project to do with somebody who wants to learn how to sew, and you're working with them. So you can do a little bit more of the complicated stuff, like marking out the half square triangles. They could do the sewing, you could do the cutting and the trimming, and they could do the sewing, you know, those sorts of things as a beginner project for somebody. And they make a wall hanging or a pillow for their bed or something else. Because you could bulk this out with another big strip of, you know, 6 or 7 inches of fabric on either side and make this big massive pillow for the bed. Like, wouldn't that be neat? Nice big decorative pillow, or for the couch, or for the floor, or whatever. Or turn that into a wall hanging. I've seen the seahorses done on miniature. They're done with 1.5 inch square instead of a 2.5 inch square. And it looks really cute and tiny. It's adorable. Oh yeah, there's lots of free ones out there too. That's normally what I would try and find. Like all last year, I think we tried to find free patterns for all of our live streams that people could go to, or we designed our own patterns for some of our projects, obviously, of our scrappy adventure, because that's what was last year, our scrappy adventure. We did the whole color of the rainbow and then some, and I think every single one of those patterns were free. Unfortunately, this year we, found patterns and they cost some money, but we're helping support the artists who designed them in the first place. And we're trying to promote, the creativity of other people and supporting their business, right? And small businesses, this is an artist. So we want to help support it. We've done lots of free stuff. I like free, but I'm also not going to copy somebody's work, to make them lose out on something, right? So You know, this is a specific seahorse pattern, right? So. Yes, exact. Oh, yes. I should show you half of our Patreon project has been put together. Actually, since Papa said that, I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to show you half. It is a stunner. It is here. Oh, I can't wait to show you. Da-da-da. It's half. It's only half. And it's not trimmed up yet. Okay. All right. Check it out. It's called Solar Flare. And we're going to be finishing it off at the beginning part of June. And then someone from Patreon gets to win it. This is only half. Isn't it beautiful? Here we go. This is only half. I got pinks and purples and yellows and reds. It is beautiful. It is almost ready to rock. I'm so excited to be able to give it to the Patreon people who help support us so much. Everybody who supports us on Patreon gets entered into the draw, even from the $2 all the way up to whatever. They all get entered into the draw. So can't wait to see who's going to win it and what they want me to quilt on it. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty seam. That actually could go over a little bit. Just a smidge. Okay. We could tweak that just a little bit. We're just going to come about a ½ inch on either side of that seam. It's only out by a smidge, but I've been doing really good so far, and that little smidge is going to bug the bejeebies out of me. So I would like to just tweak it just a little bit, and it's only going to take 1 inch of seam ripping and 3 or 4 seconds of my time to fix it, and I'm going to try and do that. Wiggle it in just a little bit better, pinch it, reset the seam, come back, and see if that one makes me happier. Much better. It's a bit better there. Okay? Isn't that pretty? There we go. Very nice. All right, so let's do that section. I'll give that a press afterwards, and let's like to kind of put this section together. We're doing like in stages of 3 here. Okay. So it's a little bit easier to work with. Again, snuggling those seams. Okay. Every single one. Just flipping and flopping. 2. So what we had for lunch is we had pizza. I had thin crust ham and pineapple, and the boys had meat lovers calzones. That's too much dough for me. I like a thin crust, like almost like no crust. I mean, I realize the pizza stuff goodies have to sit on something, but I like almost imaginary crust. That's why I like Me Ned's Pizza Parlor in Burnaby, BC. They have the best thin crust. Okay, let me flip that out. And this is part of the bottom of the belly there, just before the tail. And those look like pretty perfect seams to me. I'm happy with that. All right, next. Line this one up. Here, put our little seam pins in. It's just a matter of repeating and taking the time. I know a lot of people, oh, I can get done so much faster if I just line it up and go. Well, if you line it up and go, here's a perfect example. Here, I'm just gonna actually, because it's way off, and just because it was sitting there, is that's like a faux sew. And look, that's about 1/4 inch off. Well, that's gonna deter from the eye. I know people say, oh, if it's 1/4, I wouldn't worry too much about it, but when it comes to some projects, yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, someone's not gonna really give 2 toodles or woodles about. But some, you're gonna really want them on, like this project, because those blocks are different colors, right? So we're gonna take that out, we're gonna snuggle that seam up better, and put a little pin in it. There we go. We're making progress. Little extra time makes a better project. And I think you'll be happier with your results by taking in these little, little extra time here. Yes, it's an extra 3 or 4 seconds, but in the end, you're going to find that you made a better project and you'll be happier with the end result. At least I think so. Uh-oh. Sorry, what is the size of the throat on your... I'm sorry. I wasn't ignoring you at all. I'm yapping away here. I barely even looked up. It is, hold on, 5.5 inches tall, and from needle to inner bit is 10 inches. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry that I was missing that. I'm not ignoring anybody ever. I'm busy and focused on what I got going on, and I'm terribly sorry if I miss any questions. Pop is always there too. You could ask him questions, and he'll always yell at me. If he doesn't know it, he will ask. I finished Lisa the Unicorn 26-inch square. Oh, I'll have to look that one up, Robin. Interesting. Flip, flop, snuggle, wuggle sounds like a song. Get busy. Get busy making it. Yes, I don't mean to feel like anybody is being ignored. You are not in any way, shape, or form. I'm trying to multitask here and trying to make a beautiful project. There we go. That's good. Sorry. Should have showed you there. Apologize. So that's the beginning of the back fins there. Okay. Look how pretty that matches up. Look at those pretty squares. Get her done is right. Sorry, Diane 57. I felt like I was letting you down. I don't want to let anybody down. Snuggle, snuggle, and I do agree, or really enforce doing the ends on either side, just so they stay nice and square. You don't want things starting off a little wonky and ending wonky, and everything perfect in the middle. That's how you end up with wavy borders, and because things weren't quite right. Measure, measure, measure. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's a nice good one. I'm going to introduce a new pink up there. Just add a little bit of difference. It could be different. All right. Then we'll pin this one, and then we'll put it off to the side and get the top head part done, and then press all 3 and then sew the 3 sections together. Okay. All right, I think this one seemed like it was a little off. Let's go back and reset that one. And look at them. Make sure they look okay. We've got a couple of birdies that have nested in the side of the house. We have a part. What's that part that's missing on the front? Where the birds get into? The fascia? Is that it? What's that part where the birds get into at the front of the house? Eaves. Okay. Yeah, we're missing a section of wood. And the birds get in there. We can hear them making their little nest and pecking around at things and stuff. So I don't mind. I don't mind listening to them. It's fine by me. Drives the cat nuts. Speaking of cat, he's totally napping on the dog's bed right now. I could go wake him up, but. Alright, set this out. Alright, now let's do the top section. There we go. Okay, there's the body. So we've got the tail and the body all done, and then we'll do the head. Oh, oh. Okay. Yeah, it's a good size. You would think, 5 by 10. 5 inches by 10. That seems pretty good. Under our ridge tile. And I wake up to babies chirping. They're not chirping yet. They're still building their nests here. So, well, I'm sure some have had their eggs, but I don't think they've hatched yet. Not until probably next month. Okay. Pin all those up, even at the end. Okay, since that one both wanted to seem going the same way, so we'll flip that. And over here. Ta-da. Thank you, Heather. I think it's looking really good too. Thank you, thank you. Yes, actually, Heather's been helping us, doing the Munchkins block of the month, and we've had a few corrections, thanks to her and her putting the blocks together. There was a few boo-boos that were in the software, and clearly Munchkin and I missed them because they weren't Pop's responsibility. They were Munchkin's and I. So, so thank you very much for that, Heather, of helping tweak the pattern, things we've obviously missed. It's been lovely watching her projects come together. So the software is very unique. Let's just put it that way. The EQ8. It has you cutting some weird size pieces, and then you kind of got to adapt to it, and yeah. But it is a great piece of software, especially when you're trying to build out quilts projects. And we've had lots of fun with it, especially last year in our block of the months, and this year, of course, with our block of the months. But just needs a little bit tweaking here and there. Oh, fantastic! Can't wait to see it, Heather. I love the stained glass windows of the tower. I loved it. I'm like, aw. Now I gotta go through all mine. I gotta figure out something to do like that. Because yours just set it right off. I loved it. I love the stained glass windows in the tower. I was like, that looks so pretty. It's like a little church building sort of thing, but But it looked like very church-like, because that's normally where you see stained glass, right? So, Can you scan a photo into your program to make a pattern? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. In fact, our neighbors down the road, she actually brought us chili when we were sick. Chili and biscuits and cheese and stuff. She's such a lovely lady. I cross her kids every morning and every afternoon. So they unfortunately just recently lost their dog, but he was 14 years old and a lovely family member named Jack. And she's posted a few photos on Facebook, and I thought about taking one of those photos and making like a big wall hanging, not necessarily a big quilt, but maybe a 48 by 48 or something like that of the face of Jack, and as a gift for them for this year's Christmas. I give them time to grieve and over the loss of a family member, because it is a family member. They're fur babies. That was their first kid. So yeah. So and then putting that in the software. So I'm glad you actually mentioned that, because it was something I was thinking about doing, and getting Pop's help with that, or Munchkin's help with that, making sure I got it in there correctly and made sure it was okay. So I thought about making them. Yeah, as a little gift to their fur baby. So, because I know I used to see him all the time. He used to come walk, pick up the kids, and drop them off and stuff. So yeah, I knew Jack very well. Yeah, so I thought about doing that as a gift for them for Christmas. Maybe in 7 months' time, there'll be some healing going on. I know we've lost one of our fur babies, Zeba, and it took me a very long time to get over her. It was like 2.5 years. Oh, I didn't pin back here, but I'm going to hold that nice and tight. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I hope they like it. It'll probably be a project, and you'll see it on, either a weekend project or a live stream, because it'll just be an example of how to use the software and just one of the ways you can do it. I'd like to still do some of our dog Zeba as well, so maybe I'll do that first, because it's been 10 years since we've lost her. Zebasaurus. We used to call her Zebasaurus Rex. And she came with her name. We adopted her. She was 2.5 years old. And we had her for 10.5 years. Yeah, so 13 years for a German Shepherd was really good, I have to say, because they're anywhere in between 10 to 12 years, we were told. So we got 13 years. Well, we didn't, but she was 13 because we had her for 10.5. So, but the first part of her life was pretty rough, but certainly the last part of her life was amazing because we spoiled her rotten, didn't we, Pop? There we go. That's the head. All right, let's give these pieces a press. All these pieces a press, and then we'll put our seahorse them together. And Miss Sophie just turned 6 the other day. Thursday she turned 6. Miss Sophie Lofi. Yes. We've had for her, it'll be 6 years come December, because we adopted her when she was 6 months old, so. There we go, now the tail part. Those seams look really good. I'm happy with them. Now we just need 2 more major seams to line up. The tail to the body and the head to the body. So let's go get those done now. Yeah, she got extra peanut butter. And extra cookies, which reminds me we're out of cookies. Went to give her one yesterday when we came in from outside. I was like, oh, all you got is crumbs. Oops. Need to fix that. That's okay. We need some milk so I can have tea in the morning. So someone will have to go down to the store and get milk and donkey biscuits. Okay, let's make sure we got that lined up right before we sew. We want to do it upside down. It's got a natural fat to it, and there's no sugar added, and it's good for their coat. They seem to love it. It's a natural protein as well, so keeps her busy for like 5 minutes licking a bowl out. So. There we go. Oh, careful! Pin on the floor! Pin on the floor! Alert! 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 All right. 2 seams here, and we're ready to go. Sorry, what? What did I miss? My Kokomo will be 7 in May, 27th. Just a little one, just a baby puppy wuppy. I would have loved to have seen Sophie as a baby puppy. I know she won't she, Deanne? I like when I gave her the crumbs, she was like, "That's it? That you got crumbs in your hand? That's all you're giving me, lady?" I was like, "Sorry, Sophie." And then when we came back in this morning, I'm like, "Oh, right, the cookies." Okay. Yes, yeah, 10.5 is good. That's good. Yeah, unfortunately, the bigger the dog, the less the years. Unless you got them on a very strict diet and exercise program and vitamins and minerals, and you're really watching what they're taking in. Like Sophie's food base is sweet potato and chicken. So that's the base of her. There's some green, but there's not a lot of green. So it's mostly sweet potato and chicken. So. All right, oops. He did not cut for some reason. Okay, let's give this a little press, and then we'll show it off. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, really good job around the eyes there. And these seams are really pretty. Very nice. Nice mix of color in here. And the purple's going that way. Nice even bit of color all the way around. We don't want anybody being missed out. I have to have it even. There we go. Isn't that cute? We'll put a couple of strips on the top here. How many do we have for that one? There's 1 and 2. What do we need? So that actually needed 1, 2, 3 more. Okay, so let's do that. Let's add 3 more to the bottom of this one. And 1 to the bottom of this one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the top. Okay. So it was 1, 2, is it 3? 1, 2, yeah, it was 3. So 3 and 3. Okay, let's sew those on. Oh no, that's horrible, Elizabeth. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, now these should be 12.5, and which they seem to be, those pieces. So good on me for the seam allowances. It matches up perfectly. And then we'll just truck it right on down to the other side. Truck it on down to the other side. Yes, please take care. That's not good, not good at all. No, no. Now you could, instead of doing strips here, you could have easily cut off a big chunk of fabric, but they have you piecing it this way. So they have you just cutting strips and adding the strips to the tops and the bottoms of the seahorses. And then there is another strip in between, which is, what is the strip in between? Where is for the sashing? 3.5, so 3.5 inches between the seahorses. But you can of course make that bigger or smaller, depending on your project size and how big you want to make your project. You can if it's just more negative space, you can fill it in with seaweed or coral or other fish or something else. There's many, many, many different ways. Oops. Alright, this was at the top, and then one was at the bottom, right? Yeah, one was at the bottom and the rest were at the top. I remember I was trying to make, Pop will remember this because it was way back when, and I was trying to make Christmas ornaments. We were living in the States at the time, and I had those, they were wooden balls, and I was trying to drill a hole through the wooden ball to be able to loop the ribbon through. And anyways, it was a decorative thing, and nonetheless, I should have had pliers or something else to hold the wooden ball in. Anyways, I went to try and drill with the drill bit to try and drill the little hole through, and the dog bumped me because I was squatting, off the back deck sort of thing. I should have properly prepared, which it clearly wasn't. And I ended up drilling through not through my thumb, but right into my thumb. And I went right down to the bone, and I had wood in there, and and it hit the bone and everything. So I immediately stuck it in my mouth because it hurt so much, and I knew I'd hurt it. Like I'd hurt it pretty bad. And so I'm running into the house. I'm trying to tell Pop what I did, and I couldn't take my thumb out of my mouth because I was so afraid it was gonna bleed everywhere. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it, Pop? A clamp or anything? Yeah, I know. He's like, just tell me what's wrong, and I'm like, I couldn't. My thumb hurt so much because I drilled right into the bone as well that I just couldn't take it out of my mouth. I'm like, ow, that's such a big baby. That's such a big baby. Oh, the silly things we do. Yeah, it was ouch, let me tell you. I still have the scar today. It's, you probably can't see it, but it's pretty whack. It's pretty wicked. It's a pretty wicked scar. It's split like so many different ways. It looked like a star when it started to heal because it just tore the flesh, right? And tore the flesh in different spots. So, oh well, live and learn. Use a clamp next time. If you want to keep your digits. Safety equipment for a reason. He wasn't impressed. He was so mad at me. And I go, I know, I'm sorry. I was just trying to make it fast project without getting all the tools involved, and I should have known better. Should have known better. Lesson learned. And then I said, screw it to all the Christmas projects I was working on because I couldn't do anything anymore. All right, so there's the appropriate number of pieces we needed for the bottom and the top of this one, the one that's going to be in the middle, because I like that one being in the middle, because to me it's the brightest. Isn't that pretty? I like it. Is the eye right? Yeah, it is. Okay, just look a little dark on there. All right, so we'll put that over here for press. And we'll add the other bits that we needed to on this side here. Was that right? Yes, it was. It is cute, isn't it, Tina? I really like it. Yes, exactly, Diane 57. Yes, work smarter, not harder. Yeah, safety third. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I thought for a second I added those on the wrong side. No, those need to be on the top. This one needed to be on the bottom. Right. Whew. Brain fart. Oh, no. seam ripper. But nope. So far, so good. Except for that first little half square triangle that wasn't squared up right. So. But it's amazing how much a little different, a bit of fabric will throw everything off. And you don't want the puckers and the folds and the tucks where, you know, they're not supposed to be. You want it nice and flat and precise and matched up and everything. Always make it smaller. It's up to you. Once you buy the pattern, as long as you know how to build the seahorse out, you're good to go. You can, and the waves. The waves are really cute too. You don't have to do the waves. You could do other things. You could do, like I said, the coral, fishes, anything around the outside border. Make it go all the way around, or don't make anything at all. Maybe about tridents. What about a treasure chest? What about, you know, the little starfishes and other little sea anemones and, you know. Very nice. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, put that there so you can see it. And iron this one here. Yeah, it was definitely a couple of seams right around closer to the eye that were really, really far off on this side. Like that is far much better than what it was. So I'm glad I actually picked it out and reset it up a bit. So there we go. Very nice. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Very nice. All right, and then with the seam in between, there we go. Isn't that gonna be nice? Oh, can't wait. It's gonna be beautiful. Too cute. Exactly. And then with this other color on the side here, it's going to be nice. Very nice. Excellent. Excellent. And then, of course, the wave. We'll do the other wave, going the other direction on the last show, or the week after, and then we'll put it all together. Okay? Isn't that cute? Very nice. Waving. It's waving away. There we go. Yeah, see if we put them together like that, they'll line up, and then all we need is that little 3.5 right in between. And like I say, you could always make them so they were kissing, built them up here, and built a heart around them, and did it as a wall hanging, because if you put the noses together, the tails actually kind of form a heart in themselves. Isn't that cute? So you can do this as a wedding gift for somebody. You just have to do 2 of them and build it out a little bit more. A beautiful wall hanging. It doesn't even have to be a quilt. It could just be a wall hanging for their bedroom or their bathroom or their living room or the party room or whatever. You know, green and pink are beautiful. I love these 2 together. Aren't they pretty? Lovely, a lovely wedding gift. You know, a couple of waves on the top, or do a wave all the way around as the border. You know, see if you just kind of went like that. Doesn't that look nice? Yeah, I think that looks really nice. You'd only have to do 3. Well, actually probably have to do 4 to be able to add in space on either side, but yeah. Yeah, isn't that cute? All right. Did Pops help pick out the fabrics? No, actually, Munchkin was with me when I picked out this one, but the fat quarter bundle, I was with my friend Suzanne. She got the same fat quarter bundle, but she did a beautiful rainbow quilt in it, and I really wanted to bust mine and get into it because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it. But there's lots of bits left over, so I'm still going to be planning another project with all the bits left over as a rainbow. Actually, there's a, it's kind of in a circle. It's the geese. You guys have seen that. It's a paper piece one. You have to do it in 4 little sections, and it looks like the geese is kind of flying around in a circle, but if you do it as a rainbow with a neutral background, it looks really lovely. I thought about doing that as like a project, doing like maybe, you know, 12 or 16 squares of those and doing it as a quilt like that, so. Well, thank you, Vicki. Any part helps. We really, there is a pattern. It is from Summer Crafter. Her name is Elaine Perez. and it's summercrafter.com, and Pop will put in a link there, or he will attach a link to this video, and you can go ahead and click and purchase it from her. It is a very cute and adorable pattern, and this is the second time I'm using it. I used it as a scrappy version for a weekend project, but the video got corrupted, so I thought, you know what, I still liked it, and I was going to do a project with it anyway, so I might as well do it as a live stream right afterwards, now since we were following with it, because it was on the wall. Actually, I'll show it over here, because here it is. And people were really liking it, and it's one of Pop's favorites, actually. So I'm going to border it up, and it's probably just going to go and hang in his office. So there's the scrappy version. Okay. There we go. So put it down there so you can see it. And I did purple for the eye. They're cute. Super cute. All right. So thank you, everybody, for watching, liking, and subscribing, and checking us out on Patreon and helping us there, or, you know, tipping or donating or whatever you'd like to do. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And we will see you on Long Arm Wednesday. Hope you guys have a fantastic Mother's Day weekend. Big hugs and loves to all those moms and dads out there, and especially the dads that have mom duties. And big hugs to everybody. So have a great day and enjoy, okay? And here's to some kissing seahorses. You don't have to kiss them.